Sure, Ranjit, one clarification actually, maybe my doubt.
Yes.
So, like you install before Jenkins installation, you install Java.
Yes.
So, if you're let somebody forgets forgets while doing actually.
It will
So,
not
in the later stage, it is also we are installing, no? That
see. Okay. Uh, Thing is,
uh-huh.
first thing actually I had installed the JRE Java runtime environment. So that
JRE, JDK,
JRE I installed. So as JDK should
hmm,
come on, as part of the JRE, but in my package it was
hmm,
not there, so I installed separately. So JDK
hmm, hmm.
development kit can be installed later, not a problem. But JRE should be there
Okay.
before you install Jenkins.
Prior to
Yeah,
Jenkins.
right.
Okay,
Because
okay.
it will itself in the installation itself, it will say like there is no Java platform found or anything is installed because it will not.
Because
You cannot install at all.
mhm. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That means if you're somebody if I am forgetting, no, so I can with the error I can find it out like jar is needed so that I can install.
Installing, yeah, exactly. And
Okay,
remember,
okay,
if
okay.
you're installing on your desktop or on your Windows machine, by default Java will be there. Okay, so you don't have to worry
Mhm.
about that. By default Java will be there.
Okay,
The
okay.
only thing you have to set up is your home directory. Java home
Home
directory
directory.
should be
No.
set up in the environment variable, right? The path set up in your
Expert path.
export path.
Hmm.
So that you have to do it.
Yeah, yeah, got it, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so let's share my screen. Okay, so we'll directly jump into creating a small project. So today I'll show you a small Java project, okay, and I'll show you different ways we can do it. And in our upcoming class, we'll see different other projects, okay. But mostly we'll focus on the Java related project, and one or two projects I'll show you in different languages. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, no issues. Mhm.
okay, I have logged in my C2 instances, okay. So if you have installed in your local machines, so you can use local host, right? Local host and port number 8080. So it will give you the uh, Jenkins home page, login page, and you can log.
Jenkins page.
Yes. So if you have installed
Login.
AWS or anything, so you have what you need. You just go to the server which is running. Okay. So suppose it,
Public IP, we have to
yeah,
go.
you have to get the public IP and the port number, right? So here I need to give the public IP 8080. So you can see here my local Jenkins also my which is installed in my MacBook. It's also working, right? So I don't need this. Let me just close this one. I have to log into the remote Jenkins which is installed on the AWS server. So let me just log in.
So, Bablu joined today or not?
Yeah, yeah, Bubble is there.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, Tavan.
okay, okay. But
So except Rajesh.
Bablu is silent now, so you're missing. Yeah. Okay, Rajesh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, guys, you can see this Jenkins page. Okay, this is my previously installed Jenkins. I have lots of jobs over here. Okay, so yesterday's class, whatever I installed in a fresh server, and that was I made the Jenkins server, and I had shown you how to install the plugins and everything, right? So if you see here, I have few more details available like OpenBlue version and all this, right? So this OpenBlue version actually one of the plugins provided by this. Company which what you can get a very user interface, very good user interface to see the progress of your jobs being, okay. So whenever you build a job, it will give you a graphical interface. You can see your jobs very easily and understand how it is going on. So that interface also available. You can use here manage Jenkins. Okay. Why it is saying because most of the companies in the real time they definitely will be using this OpenBlue versions. Okay. So how you'll get it? Just go to your manage plugins. Okay, and just try to install If you see in the available installed one, okay,
So that could be an interview question also.
yes, that will be interview questions also.
Open version.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you just type for this blue version, right, a bit, you can find it out. This blue version. So blue ocean, you'll find it out, and you just have to what it says, blue ocean aggregator. Okay, so it will display. I'll show you how it looks like actually, this blue ocean APIs and all the details. Okay, so let's go to your dashboard. Okay, now today I'm just going to create a fresh job. Okay, here I have lots of jobs available, my previous classes and all. So today let me show you one job. So how I'll do, just go and create a new item, click on the new item. Okay, and just give a name. So like anything, just give a project name. Okay, and I'll select freestyle. I'll show you freestyle as well as pipeline today. So just okay. Once you select freestyle, click OK. So just give a descriptions whatever you want, and description should be meaningful always. So here what I'm going to do, the rest of the things I'm leaving as it is. Okay, and the rest of the things we'll see going forward in our upcoming courses classes. Okay, so next, what is the thing is source code management. Okay, if you go down, so here we are going to use Git. So this time I'm just selecting Git. Remember guys, and watch how I am doing it. Select Git and the repository URL. Okay, so here the repository URL, you have to provide your GitHub repository URL. So just log into your GitHub account, and this account, this URL guys, who will provide you? Your developer. Okay, you will get this URL from your developer, as I'm acting as both developer as well as DevOps engineer, so I'm getting my own code.
DevOps engineer.
Yeah, so your developer has
Yeah,
to
yeah.
provide your GitHub repository, your project link, project URL. Okay, so just let me go to my repositories link, and so here suppose I'm going to work on a small project that's called DevOps Web. Okay, this is a small Java based application. If you click this application, and you'll find lots of things are there. Don't worry about all these. This is will cover in our upcoming classes, while we'll learn Docker, we'll learn pipelines, everything. So we'll see what are these. You can easily clone this DevOps, or you can fork it. Okay, you can fork it and work on that. So I have only one master branch created here, none of them are there, so I'm just going to work on the master branch itself. Okay, so if you see this project, so we have one pom.xml file, right? So what is this pom.xml file? If someone from Java background, you'll understand easily. Okay, so this pom.xml file actually contains all the dependencies and binary details, properties and everything. Okay, so what you need, all the plugins related for the Java, that project, like for MS build, right? For .NET application, similarly we have lots of XML files will be available, where you'll informations like provide all the project related informations and the files you need, the plugins you need, all those details for the Java project. So here you can see these applications. I have all these informations in pom.xml files. Okay guys, so before moving this, there are few commands for the Maven there. Okay, so the Maven commands, actually the because we are using the Maven build tool to build the project, we are not using any other tools, we are using Maven build tool. So that Maven build tool is integrated with Jenkins. So that's why Jenkins is called a CI, continuous integration tool. That is everything we have to integrate it inside the Jenkins to work smoothly. Okay, so only where Java developer can explain all this about. Okay, so you can see the dependencies, what are the libraries and the versions available here. So here I'm using the JUnit. Okay, for the unit testing, the dependency JUnit, and the version is actually 4.0. You can see all these, right? All these informations are here over here. Whatever the build being used, you can put it here. And also you will get a questions from the interviewer. They'll ask whether what kind of project you have worked in your Jenkins or in your company. So you can say like the Java project or .NET project or C++ or any project. If you say Java project, they'll ask about these XML files because this is very important. Also, a DevOps engineer should understand what is the consequences of these XML files. If this XML file is missing, what will happen? So if this XML file is missing, the project will not build. It will throw errors, lots of errors, because it has lots of dependencies to build the project. Similarly, we have another file in Maven that is called in Maven build. Whenever you are using Maven build, you will get two special files that is called setting.xml and another one is pom.xml. Okay, this pom.xml contains all the project related dependencies and everything, and the setting.xml is also contains the plugin details and everything in that file. Okay, so
Uh, So Ranjit, sorry actually.
yeah, yeah.
Will they ask this pom.xml? What is the content?
No,
Because we can tell that this is the pom.xml Java for the Java project. So they
exactly.
will not ask anything, no,
No,
the
no,
fields.
no, no, they'll not ask anything. They'll just
Okay, okay,
ask.
then fine.
They'll just ask to understand whether you know this concept or not. Because missing of this
Uh-huh.
XML file, it will not work. Okay. So they'll say what is the
Mm-hmm.
use of this
Big.
XML and what it contains. Means what sort of things it
Mm-hmm.
contains. Actually, they'll not ask what exactly it contains inside the form XML, but normally what it contains. It contains the dependency files. It contains the binaries.
Dependence bills. Mm-hmm.
That's all. You can say the single word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see here the source slash main folder which contains the project, and this is the project actually web app, and here it's some JSP project, actually Java related project, and everything is contains here. Okay, now let me just how I'll do that one.
And Ranjit, you told, sorry, Ranjit, sorry.
Mhm.
Actually, you told one more file, no? Some settings or
Settings,
something,
yeah, settings.
setup, something you told, no?
So settings.xml actually is
We'll
not,
move there.
no, no,
Uh-huh.
not required in Jenkins, but however in Maven tool it is part of that. Okay, it is
Oh,
part
sorry,
of the
sorry.
Maven
Got it
tool,
then.
but it is not required
Mm-hmm.
here. So okay, let me show you. If you go to this server, log into this server. Okay, this is a CentOS server. Okay, so okay. So I connected to the Jenkins server. This is my Jenkins server. I connected to the backend. Okay. Now if I go to the OPT folder, okay, here I have installed Maven, right? You can see here Maven is there. So let me delete this file as this is not required. Cd Maven, and you can see here one settings.xml file is there, right? If the file will be under conf folder, configurations folder. This is a configuration file.
Confirm.
Okay. So if you just do cat of this file, you'll find all the profiles, properties, and all these informations over here. Okay. So you have to also, because this is not our duty, this is will be updated the by the developer. Okay, so we don't have to worry about.
Developer.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't have to worry about this.
Because their project they have to do. Uh-huh.
They know what files, what sort of libraries, what sort of binaries is required, what is the dependencies. They have to set up all this. This is not our duty to do that. Okay, but we should know what it needs to be
Mhm.
done, because we should have, because it's a collaboration work between developer and this our guys, right, develops engineer, because without their help you cannot do the setups, without their informations. And if, when you building, if you face any error, you have to at least tell them that this is causing the problem and fix it, so they'll go and fix it. If you yourself don't know how to what is the error and what it could be, then you'll struggle to find it out, right? So you have to first identify what could be the error, what is the error actually, whether it is the build related, what are the setups you have done, or project related. If there is a project related, if you can find the box easily and can easily tell them like, hey, this
Uh-huh.
has happened and please fix it and re-upload into the repository. So once it is re-uploaded into the repository, it will automatically work. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So whether it's a developer issue or my issue,
Yes.
we have to segregate.
Without that,
Uh-huh,
yeah,
correct.
it will not work, right? We have to segregate properly.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Now, so what happens, we have the project. Okay, I'm going to do the project setup. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the URL. So this is the URLs. Just copy the URL, go to your projects, in the repository URL, just provide the repository URL. Okay, so as soon as you provide, it will ask for the credentials. If it is private, if it is private, it will ask for the credentials. Okay, though as it is, I have made this repository as public, it is not asking any credentials and it is going through. Okay, let me show you a demo. Okay, let me make this repository to private. Okay, how will change this repository to private? Go to settings, go to settings, and if you go to the manage accesses, okay, here it will ask another password. Okay, so here I can see here, though it is as a public repository, right? So what I can do, manage access, invite collaborator, manage, click on manage, and
In
here,
manage. Mhm.
so danger zone. Okay, okay, this transfer change visibility. This repository is currently public. Okay, so let's click change visibility, make private. You will permanently lose all stars. Okay, that's fine. So please type to confirm. Okay, now I made this as private repositories. Okay, so if I go here and refresh this page, okay, or just apply it, okay, you can see here we have two buttons, save and apply. So if you apply it, it will just save the page and the cursor will be in the same page, it will not go out. If you click on save, it will save and come out from this one to the main project. Okay, so let me just apply it. Okay, it is saved now. So uh, one second, let me go to this project, and it is private. Okay, you can see it is private. Now it should ask for the, let me refresh it again, it should ask for the credentials now. Okay, so if I go to the
Uh-huh.
let me remove this repositories, clone it.
So Ranjit, once we applied, na, so nothing changed actually. How will whether it's successfully applied or not?
I'll change
It's
it.
or anything changed?
Yeah, it is, it
Okay.
is saved, no? Apply means it will save it, everything, whatever means the name. We have not given anything so far, right? Only gave the descriptions, we have not given anything so far. In the general section we gave only
Oh,
the project descriptions. Next, in the source code management, we are going to give the git repositories. Okay, so if I give it here, it will ask for the credential. Okay, see, see what it says, failed to connect to the repositories, invalid username and password, as it is a private repository. So all companies, they have all the private repo. That's why I showed you the real time, because if you give public repository name, it will not ask for credentials, it not ask for any credentials. So I, as I gave the private repositories as the companies they do, So it will ask for the credentials. So how you'll add the credentials? Here we can see the add button, right? Simply click on this add, select Jenkins, and here you have to give the username and password. Just give the username. So username for this account is, for me, is Ranjit for GitHub is my username, right? So Ranjit for GitHub, and
GitHub.
the password for your GitHub account. Password for your GitHub account you have to provide it here. After that, no other things have to provide. Just add it. So as soon as you add it, you will get. I'm not going to add because I already have added once. So here you can see Ranjit for GitHub. I have already added one credential. So once I select this credential, it automatically, see, now it is connected. Jenkins also trying to connect.
Also,
Yes.
Ranjit, sorry, actually, one clarification.
Mhm.
So this password thing, all these, who will give actually?
Your company, obviously your company, like your project manager,
Oh, they will give, no?
they'll
Okay.
give you. The project manager,
Okay, okay.
the DevOps engineer will
Hmm.
not know, right, all these things if you are new to the project.
Maybe
Yeah. So the administrator or the project manager, they will have to have different all the,
manager has to give.
they'll give you all these details.
Hmm. Because developer will not having this, no?
No, no, developer will not have this.
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes
Please.
the developer manager also will have it, or some, because these things informations will be stored by will be kept by your managers or
Higher
higher authorities.
managers.
Yeah, higher managers, they
Hmm.
will provide you all these informations.
Okay.
So once you
Thank
provide the credentials, and next is to branches to build. Which branch you want to build? As I don't have any other branches, I have only master branches, so I gave master branch to build. Okay. So you have to give star slash master to build that. So you don't have to add anything else. So next is build.
Bablu, Ranjit, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ranjit. Bablu, be on mute actually, because noise is coming. Thank you.
So yeah.
Ranjit, please start, please.
Okay, thank you. So let's next one is the build trigger. So which build you want to trigger? So here you can see the options: trigger build remotely, build after other projects are built, build periodically, GitHub branches, GitHub pull request, GitHub hook trigger for GitHub SM polling, and poll So I'll show you the both GitHub hook trigger as well as the poll SCM. Okay, both the way. Also I'll show you on the manual build. Okay, so first let me show you the manual build, then I'll show you all these two build trigger options. Okay, I'm not selecting now. Now next is the build environment. What you want to build, right? So either you can after build you can delete workspace before build starts. Uh, so inspect build logs. So all these environment details you can do it, but I'm not going to do select anything. Next is the build, which is very much important. The build section. The build section, what you want to build. The first thing is Docker build and publish. Like if you're using any Docker related projects, you can use it. Execute batch, execute cell. All these informations are there. But for our case, we are using Maven build tool to build the projects. Okay, so I have here also okay, anyway, ms build options are not there. See, you cannot find any ms build options here because we don't have ms build tools available to build it. Let me select the top level Maven targets. When I select the top level Maven, you can find it here, the Maven version, right? We can select the local Maven. You can find this local Maven, right? Where I find this local Maven, can you guys tell me where I have set up this and how I'm getting this one, local Maven?
So name you gave, no? So that time whenever we install Maven,
Yeah. So when
that I think that plugin addition, no? That time.
no, not the global configuration tool setup, right?
Global configuration. Okay, okay.
The global tool configurations, I had set up this tool, okay, and I had given a name as
Hmm.
local Maven. And after selecting this, we have to give a goals, like what you want to achieve. Okay, there are very few details are there. I'll just show you in that Maven. What are those? There are very small commands are there. Okay, for Mavens. Oops, it's nothing there. Okay. Okay. So these are the Maven commands actually. These are the Maven commands to execute and do the work. This is the manual commands of Maven. These are the commands available to build the project. Okay, even in Unix as well as in Windows. Okay, whatever it is. Now the thing is, I need the package build details to do that one. Okay, so what I need, suppose I need to package this project. First, what we are going to do, the goals, clean, then package, or you can do clean install. Okay, so what happens, I did clean uh, space install. That is the goal which I want to achieve it, right? So after the build is success, what you need to do, so there is a post build action. Remember, you may get questions, what is the after build, what will be there, right? You should get post build action. So once your project is built, what you want to do that one, whether you want to email, you want to deliver, or you want to deploy, or whatever you want. So if you click this one, you can find lots of options. See, once the build is success, you can set up email notifications, you can deploy, you can git publish, you can do lot more other, archive the artifacts, whatever you want you can do it. Okay, now what I'm going to do, the post build action, I'm just doing a simple thing that is called archive the artifacts. Okay, so what artifacts you have to archive, I'm just giving star dot, sorry, star dot var. So you'll be worried, you'll be thinking like, what is this star slash star dot var? So what is this var file?
All binary files actually for Java related.
Exactly. So the Java related
Um,
.var files will be archived. Okay, files to archive. So once the build is done, I want to archive the var files. I'll show you where it will be archived and where it will be stored. Don't worry. So you'll be thinking like, what is star, where we are going
Means
to do?
all, no?
Yeah. So the directory from where it is getting the files. Like, see, when we build a small project, not only small project, any project, any Java or .NET, anything, it will be have specified directory where the end product, the binary, that is var or jar or er or exe or library, that will be stored in a target folder. That target folder we are going to archive it. Okay, so after archiving, suppose I want to deliver this project to somewhere, right? But so far let me just only do a build part, not delivery part. We have not done any delivery part. Let me do a build part. So what I can do here, just save it. Okay, now we can see here we have the projects created. If I go to my dashboard, we have my Maven MB Java project. This is the project which we created. Now we have options to build here. If you click this build button, it will be built, or if you just go inside to this project, and you can find one build now itself here. We can find a build now itself. We can trigger this build. Also, if you want to modify the projects, if you feel like some changes is required, what you can do, you can click on this configure button, right? Configure option. So click on this configure, and now you'll have the job configuration details, and you can modify whatever you want to change. Everything you can do the changes. Okay, after doing the changes, now let's
Changes.
okay. So now your project will be saved. Okay, so once the project itself, what we have to do, we have to build it. Just click on the build now. This is the manual build I'm showing. The automation I have not commit so far, right? I'll show you after this. I'll show you the automation shown. So build now manually. So when I
Yeah.
click on the build, it will build the project. So if you see it here, you can see one build option is going on, right? And one blinking, this is in progress, and the build number one, that is the first build here. So you can see here it got success, blue color, it got success. So different companies will have different versions of Jenkins they'll be using. So be careful. Currently, whatever I am working my company, this button is actually a greenish yellow color. Okay, so success is greenish yellow color, and here I can see the version which I am using for demo is blue color. That means success. Okay, and if you see here, it says success. Don't go behind this color and all because different company will have different color mechanism. So if I just keep my cursor, you can see success, or else you just go to the dashboard and you'll find the Maven project, right? Here you can find success, right? Just click on this, and if you want to see the console output, you can either click on this build number or this button, this success button. Okay, this success button, if you click, it will directly go to your console output. But let me show you how you can go through this build number. Just click on this build number, and here see build artifacts. This artifacts actually created devops web.war. So this artifact which we need to deploy into our environment server, into our Tomcat server, then our application will work. Okay, now if you want to see the console output, just click on this, because we have to work on this console output very frequently. Every time whenever you build a project, you have to check this console output for the logs, because you will not get immediate success, right? You have to, after 5, after 100, after even 10, 20, 30, 40 builds, you'll get a success. You have to do because whatever the project we are working, after 30, 40 builds, we are getting a success, because there are lots of mistakes will happen, lots of things will be missing, you have to fix it. You always should be like thinking like whenever you are doing the setups, you should get the errors. When you get the errors, you will be like know more on that
Analyze.
details, and you'll analyze it, and
Yeah.
you'll be more
Mm.
confident on the setting up the jobs and working on that.
Setting up.
But here we did not get any error, everything went smooth. So if you see the log,
So,
yeah, yeah,
sorry, Ranjit. Actually. So, in this console output, so the how we'll get to know like this is DevOps types error or developer error?
yeah, yeah. And so the error
Means
itself, everything it will be displayed here. I'll show you. I'll show you.
okay, displayed. Means we have to the means analyze that way, no? Whether it's for mine or it's developer.
Exactly. You have to actually have to analyze it. So you should have some kind of
No.
development knowledge, at least not skill but knowledge. At least by seeing the code, like there will be some integer issues, there will be some code related issues, you can find it out, right? Which
Uh,
line of code is having throwing error. So you can find like, hey, this
uh,
particular file having some error, and just fix it. You can
uh, or else uh, or else we can ask the developer no, to see the log also along with you
yeah,
so that we can come out conclusion. Yeah.
you have to, they have to see the logs. Without logs they
They have to see the log.
they have to see also
Hmm.
logs. Okay, so whatever the build, whatever the project you will do the setups, they will have access to the Jenkins to see the logs. Okay, so they can see the logs also.
Yeah.
So once they will once fix the issue again, we have to build, and again we have to see this console output, and if
Yes,
result comes
Yes.
fine, then we will go to the next step, right?
exactly.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
the failure be mailed to the developer?
Yeah, that is the
It
automation part.
shouldn't.
I'll tell you, fully
Yeah.
automated part. That will tell you after this.
Oh, oh.
Mail means it is the Siva. You are asking this log error mail or at the
If failure,
completion mail.
Log error
if
mail.
failure,
Yes.
yeah, if failure, the
Um,
error mail will be there.
but Ranjit told no, it will take some time actually. So let
Yeah.
for 30, 40 jobs will over. No? That time after that it will trigger. So in between, if you want before that, so you can see actually. Am I correct, Ranjit?
No, no, that's wrong. You did not get me. So what I'm
Oh,
No, no, every
okay,
Actually,
build
okay.
it will go. Every
what I
build
was
it will
asking, that will be covered in automation part. If you see the Jenkins jobs, they'll schedule this automatic build when you modify and commit something. So in this case, the developer want to wait to see the time of build. Some build will take maybe 30 minutes, 40
correct.
minutes. So when there will be a failure, the status mail will be triggered to their mailbox automatically.
Hmm. So automatically
Usually in the
no
that
normally
Gerrit page, na?
no no, no
Please run it. Go ahead.
normally what we do actually the fully automated actually we don't have to worry about once the build is triggered that of the build trigger also will be automatic. I'll show you the fully automatic step. Don't don't know we hurry actually. So we'll just go smoothly, slowly. So I'll show you the entirely how the
Yeah, yeah.
fully automated steps are working, and also how the emails will be triggered to the developer if there is any build failure. If there is a build failure, there should not be any third person available or third person intervention required because the emails everything will be the logs will be emailed it to the developer itself so developer can find out the issues. Okay, so that is the fully automated part. Once you are entirely stable means your company is totally working on this Jenkins and is totally entirely stable things. Okay, but if you're doing any POC kind of thing, any migrations, any creating new job setups, you have to build manually lot of time until unless you get a stable build. Once you get the stable build, then you will do the fully automated step. Now I got the suppose a stable build.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got the stable build. So let's just check the error, just check the logs how it looks like. Okay, so here first thing is it is what it does, the Jenkins cloning the repositories. It is cloning the repositories, fetching the data the repositories. After that what is done, it is trying to build the project. So it is building the projects, okay, based on the details given in the pom.xml file, right?
Build.
Yeah, in the build. So
Uh,
this building it. After that what it happens, it is just packaging the web app. So if you see here, it is packaging and building war file, and the file will be available in this workspace. Remember, there will be a questions also come after building where the end product will be stored. It will be stored on your Jenkins workspace. Remember Jenkins workspace. So if you log into the Jenkins home directory, okay, if you go to the Jenkins home directory, so guys, I'm showing you in the front end as well as back end so that you'll get complete knowledge on the Jenkins. You don't have to worry about that one.
yeah, yeah, Ranjit. Correct.
Just go to
Mm-hmm.
your,
Yeah, yeah.
just go to your, okay, it is stock now. So let me just re-log in it. Okay, so if I go to cd var leaf Jenkins. This is the Jenkins home directory of this server. And in this directory, you'll find your workspace. There will be one workspace folder. Okay. Remember that there will be questions. So you have to go to this workspace. And in this workspace, you'll find all the job folders. Whatever the jobs and projects we have created, all this will be separate folders will be here. See, here we have all the separate folder, the jobs name. So you have to find which jobs you are working. Suppose we are working on this MB Java project, right? So you have to go to this project folder, cd, this is the project folder, and here you can find the target. See here entire details being downloaded from the GitHub repositories, pom.xml, and what are the rest of the things are there, it will be downloaded, source folder, everything. So now let's go to the target. If you see the logs, it is giving the details in the target folder. And in the target folder, we have our end product DevOps web.war, the binary file. cd target.
Artifact.
This is the artifact you'll find. See, the artifact's name is DevOps web.war. Is produced now. So we need these artifacts to deliver to our Tomcat server. Okay, now guys, we clearly understood how we can set up this and build the project and generate the war file. Now let me show you another steps where I'll do semi-automated, and then I'll do fully automated. Okay. So how we can do it now? Just go to the Maven project, go to configure to edit this project, configure. Okay. After that, what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to touch anything here. That I'll show you in next classes. But today, what I'm going to do here, so leave this source code management thing and build trigger. In this build trigger, let me show you one option called poll SCM, poll source code management. So this is a technique called poll SCM. If you want to know more about this, this is a scheduling part. You have to schedule like the con jobs and everything, con jobs and everything we do as con is a scheduler, right? Here we are using the con
Mhm.
scheduler, CORN con scheduler to schedule a job. Okay. To know more details about that, you will have one information button here. Just click on this. See, you'll find all the details about the scheduling mechanism. You'll find everything. See how examples also they have given, the time zones, everything is given. The scheduling part. Okay. If you need to do that, you don't have to go anywhere. In from by using this, you can get the examples and do the scheduling. In addition, yearly, annually, monthly, weekly, daily, midnight. You want why you need this poll SCM? Can anybody tell why you need this one? We can manually build it, right?
Automatic build
No,
the at specific
bec-
time every day. It may check what are the changes are done in the repository, which are committed and build it. Means you don't
yeah.
have to manually build.
Exactly.
But the tricky part is means if your development session is daytime, then you may put the build at night time itself, where there nobody may be working.
Exactly. So that is the main reason.
That's
That's correct.
main
And
reason.
the
Yeah, yeah.
server, sometimes the build server will be many other people's or many other developers, many other people will be building their projects or something. It may slow down or it may impact it. So if it is not so critical, mission critical project, and if you have delivery time is too far, what you can do, your developer can do the development at daytime. Whenever they just push the code at the in the repositories in the night, if you have set up the midnight, the build will start in the midnight and send an email if the it is success, send a success output to the developer. If it is failed, it fail output to the developer. When the morning developers comes, then they will developer comes, they will just he will just check the code, and if it is success, it is good. If it is not, then he will try to fix it, write the code, rewrite the code, and whatever you want, he will do it. Okay. For that reason, we need the poll SCM. Okay. So here the scheduling option I'm giving like is a 5 star. 1 2 3 4 5. So that means every 1 minute, every I have to give a space every star. Okay, means the kern has actually 5 fields. Remember 5 fields. One is minutes within the hour, like 0 to 59, hour, date of month, month, and date of week. So as I gave star star, that means every 1 minute I want this build to be triggered. If there is any changes to my GitHub repositories, to my remote repositories, uh, which repositories, which is I have given it here. If there is any changes to these repositories, in every 1 minute the build will be triggered. Okay, every 1 minute the build will be triggered. So now that's about this poll SCM. What I have to do next? Build environment, leave it, build. So we have already built it. After that, the post build action I have already.
So sorry,
Yeah, please.
Ranjit, that 5 star it's compulsory, no? Means it's like you have to give that one.
I do not get it again. Okay, this 5 star actually is that's why I told
Yeah.
we have to write
Uh-huh.
as per our requirement. If you need midnight to run, you have to go through and you have to out any one. So every 15 minutes, if you want, so you have to just use h hyphen 15, 15 minutes, and the rest of the.
Oh, got it then.
If you
Uh-huh.
want every
Okay, got
15
it.
minutes to run, you have to write like this. So this is just examples, and you have to
Yeah,
run the call
exam.
to do the setup. So as I have given star, because I cannot wait
Okay, got it.
to see the output of this build, right? So I gave 5 stars so that once in 1 minute I can see the result. Okay, that's why I give 1 minute.
Uh,
So remember, by default it has only
got it.
1 minute. Okay. Now, so it says every minute. Okay, when you say 5 star means every minute. Okay. Now the build is done. Now post build
You
action.
build Ranjit every minute
Sorry.
means is the job is going to run every minute means
Yes.
should not be there a gap because if build will take some time.
Uh-huh.
So
Now,
can you run every minute or there should be a gap based on the average time in which build takes?
no, okay. That's a good question. Actually, it will clear other people's doubt also. See,
Correct. Yeah, very
when I
good
say
question.
every
Mm.
minute, this poll SCM, it will not build every minute. It will scan the repositories every minute. It will scan the repositories, whatever repositories we have given it here, right? It will scan. The job will be scanning every minute to the repository. If it finds any changes or any new commits to the code, any new commits to this repositories, it will build it in 1 minute. Within interval,
Okay,
it will build it. So every 1 minute it will be
got it.
scanning it. When it finds any changes to the code, it will automatically build it. Got it?
Mhm.
Similarly, if you are giving every 15 minutes,
Yeah, Ranjit.
every 30 minutes, so every 30
Uh,
minutes interval, it will just wake up and scan the code. If it finds any changes, then it will build. Okay.
okay, okay. So is there any queue like first I made the change.
Mm-hmm,
So let it got through this polling.
mm-hmm,
So let after 1 minute I made some changes actually.
mm-hmm.
So again it got the change actually. So because it's polling, na, so within 2 minutes it got twice actually.
Yeah, it
So
will.
let the job. Sorry.
Yeah. Please tell me.
So the job build it will take like 15 minutes. So how it will work that time?
Yes. So this is
Uh,
also a good question. So this time,
yeah, yeah.
the another job will be in queue. I'll show you that.
Queue. Okay, okay.
I'll
Queue.
show you that. That will be in queue. So once the build
Queue.
is
Okay.
over, so suppose we have only one main build environment and our five developers or our five builds started simultaneously. Okay. So only one build will be triggered as for the build environment. The rest four will be on queue. Okay. Once one by one another, it will be building. It will start the build and then it will get success. Okay.
So we can see the queue, Ranjit, na,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
DevOps engineer.
Yes, we can see. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Got it. Thank
Now, let me just do the post build actions. So we have seen now the build and we did some partial automations by using the Polesium. Now I'm going to deliver this end product, this project, this WAR file to the staging environment, to the test environment. So how can I do that? Simply select in add post build action, and here you can select uh, deploy var or ER file to a container. Okay, deploy var and ER file to a container. Select this.
you.
So once you select, you can find this var and ER file. So you have to give the which file you want to copy. So I can give star slash star.var because I want this var file to be copied. Okay, from this project.
Yep.
Now you have to add a container. Then where this context path is not required to give it. If you want to know more about this context path, the container should use to publish the var. Note that is that may get overridden for if the var deploy has container specific configuration. So we don't need for this deployment this context path. So it is not mandatory to give. Now you have to select the container. Let's So here you can see I have different servers available. Classfish, JBoss server, Tomcat server, and all these are available. So first thing we have to see which Tomcat versions are involved are installed in your testing environment. Okay. Now I have a test environment. Let's go to the server. I am going to switch on my testing environment. Okay. So I have a Tomcat server. So let me start this server. I'm going to make this server as my staging environment. Okay. So what I can do here, let's just refresh it. Let's run it. And for Tomcat installation, whatever document I have sent you, there I have given the Tomcat installation as well. Have you guys seen that one? So if you see this document, whatever I have sent you,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, there is Tomcat installation also there. So you have to just go ahead and install the Tomcat. So install Maven and install Tomcat. So it's very easy to install the Tomcat and do the create a role and setups. Everything we can do and change the port and everything. Also, I have given it here. What you have to do, everything is there. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now the Tomcat installation are there. So what you have to do? Let's our Tomcat server runs. Okay, fine. Okay, so the Tomcat server will be running here. I have set up this Tomcat server to run on 82 server. Okay, because the Tomcat and Jenkins run on the both servers. Okay, so here in this Tomcat server, let me see how to see which server, which port is given for this Tomcat environment. If I go here security, I can find in the port range. Here I have given two range, actually 8080 and 8383. Okay, so first let me just go here, copy this IP addresses and public IP, put it here, give 8080. Let's see whether the Tomcat server, okay, that means the server is not up. So how can I start the server? Just get login to your Tomcat server. Okay, so this Tomcat server, which machine this is? Okay, if I select this Tomcat server, I need this machine informations. Okay, so actions, go to the monitor and troubleshoot. Here you can find system logs. Okay, nothing is displaying. Okay, fine. Okay, so I believe, okay, let me try. I think it is EC2 instances. Okay, EC2 user only. EC2 user means Amazon instances. Okay, yeah, then IP address.
I think Ranjit, it's still booting up actually.
No, no, it will not.
It's
No, it's still running, right?
but status still yeah,
No, it's okay. Let me just check.
running, but the status check is not 2 by 2, no? So after that only we can please check once
Yeah, it is
instances.
already passed.
Now it came actually. Already passed, yeah. I think now it will be available. Log if you see, no?
I think it's not EC2 user. I think it is also CentOS machine.
Ubuntu,
Ubuntu or CentOS.
CentOS. Uh-huh.
It's Ubuntu machine.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Ubuntu machine. Okay. So I have CentOS Jenkins server, and this Tomcat is installed in Ubuntu. So nothing is working.
Well,
Right IP or uh, okay. So go to instances. Let me see the system log. Okay, it is the correct IP. Let me go to the system log. I think this time it will show the system log.
hope so.
No, it is not displaying anything.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, fine. I think let me try it again. Okay, so if I go here, it is Amazon Linux. Platform is Amazon Linux, right? It is EC2 user.
But
Okay.
EC2 we gave, na?
So that time I think it did not
At that time it didn't.
EC2 user.
Uh-huh.
What is happening? It is Amazon EC AMI, Amazon AMI, right? Amazon 2, my name. So it is Amazon 2. Okay. It is the key pair name is also my new key pair, right? But why it is not working? My new key pair. Okay. Let me just terminate this session.
So there is no individual private key, Ranjit. It's the same one, no?
Private same. This is the same one, I think. Maybe the my top
So.
stock something. I think it should work now. Let me check situation.
Mm-hmm.
Copy it. No, what happened? My new key. My new key. Correct, right?
Because you used to keep same name, no? Always.
Always, yeah. Okay, there could be some issues with this server. Let me freshly do that and install. Let me delete
So,
this.
Bablu,
Okay, now I'm going to
any
stop.
idea?
Yes, no problem.
No
We'll
Other
check
worries.
today.
Bablu,
No worries.
Bablu
I'm going
watching
okay, no worries.
the Olympic.
No, no problem. I'll call you today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ranjit, please start.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
I'm just going
Please.
to set up another instances. Let me this time let me
EC2
go
instance.
with Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu machines. So select Ubuntu. So I'll show you the installations of, and this time I'm going with the Ubuntu and the container one. I think there should be something which is have container. Ubuntu server, which is not having any container. Okay, fine. So anything free supports canonical. Okay. Now let's select the first one, T2 Micro. Let's everything default. Root volume. I can give Tomcat, and this is suppose Ubuntu. So it will be good to understand. So security groups. So I need the security groups which will have the uh, 8080,
Tomcat.
right? Tomcat 8080. Suppose I here I am giving Tomcat 8080, which is having, suppose this Jenkins, let me give this one, which is having already 8080. Okay, now review and launch it.
So Ranjit, there you gave some 8383. So is that
Fine, that's fine.
for that any cause?
No, cause I'll show you that when to give this port
No.
8 or 8280 or whatever it is.
Okay.
Now select
Okay. Fine.
my new PPFLS launch instances. Few instances. Okay, that's better that I created a new server because I would show you the connectivity also. Okay, so that's good. Actually, I created a new server because this connectivity will have already there with this Jenkins server. So while setting up these server things, right, you have to struggle a lot to do all these setups, server setups, connectivity setups, and all these things. Better you know how to do the setups. Okay. So suppose I create
Correct.
server, Tomcat server, and here let me log into this Ubuntu machines. Okay. So I got the IP address and password is Ubuntu at the rate this one. Okay. So now I logged into the new server, and this server I'm going to make it as staging server or test server. Okay. So for that I need a Tomcat server to be installed, right? So let me install the Tomcat server. I'll quickly do that. I'll follow the steps whichever is covered in this install Tomcat page. Okay. So I'm just simply
Uh,
cd opt. Okay, now I'm going to download the Tomcat server. Just copy the link here, paste it here. 1 second, guys. So what I did here, uh, after downloading this, what I'm going to do here, I just extracted the tar file. Okay, extracted. My Maven file is now extracted. If you see here, see Apache Tomcat Maven is now downloaded. Now let me delete this file, it's not required. Now let me, okay, so here is a big name. Let me just do that.
MV.
Sudo mb tomcat. So just hit the tomcat server. So now what I can do here, I just rename to Tomcat server. So here we have to do lots of settings changes. This is related to Tomcat server. You don't have to do all this. Sometimes you may do, but you don't have to do if you are working on a big under enterprise company. Everything will be done by your administrator and all. Okay. So but you have to always know how to do the setups and what are the important file about that. Okay, so first what we have to do, now we renamed
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
to Tomcat. Now we have to create a role and user. So where we have to create, there will be one file under Tomcat conf file, Tomcat hyphen users. Okay, so just go to the Tomcat folder, and here you will find one conf folder, c1f, right? Cd c1f conf. So now we are learning that enter the Tomcat server details, right? It's very important. Just carefully know that, because you are going to uh, uh, work on this. Okay, if you are working on any Java project or anything. So here you can find one Tomcat user.xml file. Just copy this one, and using vi editor I'm going to modify something. So here you can see, let me just go to the end of the file. You'll find some roles here. The roles, you will find it. Okay, what I'm going to, I'm just copying this roles settings and putting it there. I'll explain you what is this role. Okay, now let me go here under this. I'm deleting all this. Okay, and putting the line which I copied. Okay, which I copied. So now The role name I have given as manager script. The role name another, I two role name I created, manager GUI and manager script. If you see here the username, I created Tomcat, and password I gave secret. Anything, the name I gave, what you name, you can whatever your names I gave. And here I did a mistake. I gave a role name as script, but here there is a spelling mistake. So in your document also you'll find a spelling mistake. Be careful. You have to correct it. Okay. So you have to do the script changes, manager, and the role I am going to give script and manager GUI. Now let's save it. I saved it. Next, what we have to do, we have to change the port. This is very important, guys. Remember, you may get a questions if you're working extensively on the Java things and Tomcat server. You'll get a questions like how to change the port. Because see, our Jenkins running on 8080. If you are also installing Tomcat on the same server, you need to change the port. Otherwise, both will not work on the same port, right? If you have already have
Yes.
Jenkins running on the
Okay,
8080,
okay.
you need to change the port to a different. That time, Tapanwai, when you were asking 8383, right? You can change to a
Yeah.
different port, 8383 or 8282. As we have a different staging server, and this server we have only what running, only running Tomcat, so we don't have to bother
Okay.
about different port, because that
Uh,
server we can run 8080. So where you have to change all this, I'll show you in the server.xml file. In the same directory config folder, you can find another XML file called server.xml. So here you have to change the port number. Okay, so let me show you, but I'm not going to change anything. I'll keep it the default one. Okay, sorry.
because it's independently running. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see here, see the connector port. The connector port is 8080. Okay, I'm not going to change it. If you want to change it to change the port, you can do it 8282, 8383, or whatever you want. You can change it so that it will run. I will show it because we are going to run in on multiple Tomcat server. That time I'll create install 2 or 3 Tomcat server on my machine, and I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay, for the time being.
But
Yeah.
Ranjit, default port for HTTP is 8080, right?
Not HTTP for Tomcat server. HTTP default port is
Custom TCP. Huh?
no, yeah. So
Okay, okay.
don't get confused. Don't compare the AWS thing into here. It is different, guys, because some applications is built only to run some particular port, and whatever we are setting up it is, that is different. Based on the port which is running, you have to set up the custom port on the there. But default port is 80. Okay, HTTP default port is
Okay, okay.
HTTP default port is 80, but Tomcat default port is 888080. Okay, now I'm not changing anything here. So after that, what we need to start the server. So how we'll start the server, Tomcat server? It will be under bin directory, Tomcat
Bin.
bin cd bin. Okay, and here you can find one called startup.sh.
That.
This is for, as Tomcat is as is a Java based Tomcat server, so it will be platform independent. We can get for both Windows as well as Unix. For Windows, we'll have seen, see, one bat file will be there, startup.bat batch file. If
That.
you execute in Windows startup.batch, it will start up the Tomcat server. Okay, now if I do it here, startup.sh. Okay, now let me start this. So you have to under root, right, sudo startup. Got it. See here, we don't have any Java installed. We don't have any Java home or JRE home environment variable. That means we freshly created this machine, and in this machine we have not installed Java. So that's why this Java
Yeah.
application
Yeah.
is not running. Okay, before that
Yeah.
we need to install Java. So that's why I gave everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we have to install the Java. So let's install quickly.
So,
So for this
so
actually,
my question got cleared now.
okay,
I asked, no, that's
yeah,
whether it's prerequisite, so it will give error this way, so that you can go.
yeah. So
Error.
for Ubuntu machine, the package will be different. Okay. So what we can do, we can easily
Oh, Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. So I can get it here. So guys, this Digital Ocean, right? Digital Ocean is also a cloud provider. Digital Ocean also a cloud provider, and it has very good and rich documentation
Mm.
for any kind of work, any kind of administrative work or anything installations working on. You'll find it here in this Digital Ocean. I very frequently follow this document
Oh,
whenever I work on my project. Okay, so here they have simply given
uh-huh.
sudo. Okay, first thing is to update the server. Okay, so let me just update the server. Sudo apt, you can use apt or apt get, two things. Okay, so I'm using apt package manager, apt update hyphen y.
So
It will
instead of
only pure.
yum, you have to use apt, right?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's Ubuntu, no? So yeah.
so for Ubuntu, the package manager, because we need the package manager to install any softwares in the Linux machines, right? So we need a particular Linux flavor, we need particular package manager. For Ubuntu, we have apt or apt-get. For CentOS or Red Hat, we have yum. For Amazon Linux, we have yum. Okay. Also, for these environments, we can use the pip, that is a Python package manager. You can install that on. Also, you can use pip to install the packages. Okay. So that is a different thing. Okay. Now let's see. We installed. Sorry. First, we updated it. Next is to okay, after updating, it is saying to check whether Java is updated or not. So let me check the Java version. See, after updating, what it says, command Java is not found. That means nothing is installed, and it also gives us the package name which you want to install. So I want to install, suppose, the default JRE. So default JRE will have a different JRE updated version, but I don't need this updated version. What I can do, see, command Java not found, and you can see for default JRE. Okay, let me just copy this default JRE and install it. Yes.
ରଞ୍ଜିତ ଆଉ କଣ ଚୁଙ୍ଗୁଡି ବେପାରୀ ଆସୁନି?
ଆଜି କି ବାର? ଆଜି ମଙ୍ଗଳବାର, ଆଜି ବୁଧବାର ଆଜି।
ଚୁଙ୍ଗୁଡି
Actually, balcony में बसीच ना. I'm sitting in my balcony, and only in my home now, only in my balcony only I'm getting good network. The rest of the area I'm not getting. I'm sitting in my balcony only. Uh, anyway, it will take. Actually, I have applied for this BSNL broadband, and
So
they're just
still now you
BSNL.
are surviving with the internet.
it's very difficult surviving internet in village area. But anyway, I have just asked for this BSNL broadband in my area. Actually, my panchayat is from my hometown. It is almost around 5 kilometers, 5 to 6 kilometers. So they are saying like we cannot give this distance to internet connection. So they're charging for 60 to 70,000. They said give 70,000 to us, and we'll completely put the fiber cable to your home. Means 5 kilometers. That's why I was delayed down.
70.
70,000.
I think you
Then
have
that is
some
special
like
connection is required.
antenna type of stuff for BSNL.
So that is they are not providing to this area, and they're saying like it will cost
So
more than 1 lakh something. It will cost you to set up
Okay, okay, okay,
antenna thing.
okay.
I bargained with them. I
Dongle is not working. That this dongle and data card, nothing is working properly, right?
no, it's working now. This is I'm working in my Wi-Fi dongle, MiFi device, right? Airtel MiFi device. It is working.
Ah, yes, yes.
It's working. But the thing is,
There's some booster. There are some network booster available,
yeah,
like for UI and all those things. Maybe that you need to boost the network capacity.
yes.
In Amazon, it may be available. You need to check the review and how it works. In Office, they'll add na the network booster. Maybe you
Oh.
need those.
For me, it is somehow it is working fine so far. I spent actually I gave 50,000 last Friday to them. So they are actually today only they started uh, setting up the
Mhm.
wares and all.
Installing.
Yeah, they're installing there. They have to get that 5 kilometers fiber cables and then they set up in my home.
Oh,
So it will take
then you are
4 to 5 days.
planning to stay permanent there, I think.
No. This cable will connect into my office actually. So my village office, right? Our
Oh,
own
office. Okay,
business,
okay,
that
okay.
business, whatever we are doing. So that will go to the office only. I'll work for there for few days or few months, and then I'll go back to Chennai. I'll not stay here permanently.
Okay, okay. So that you can put cameras, you can online, you can see also.
Yes, that also again.
Web cam means anybody, you three
Complete setup we want to
brothers,
see.
na?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so I installed Java now.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
let me start the Tomcat server. Okay, so I'm going to.
But be careful for cyclone something because once
Yeah,
this
it will.
cable gone, na, so,
Yeah, for cyclone it will destroy definitely. They have told me
um,
to give. They'll give 1 year of maintenance free. Any problem
maintenance.
happen,
Yeah.
they'll just fix it and they'll do that. After 1 year, we have to
Uh-huh.
pay for the maintenance.
Pay as per maintenance cost.
Yeah. The Geo Fiber
Okay.
has already actually come to my area, so maybe another 6 months or 1 year, the Geo Fiber will be active here. So once Geo Fiber comes, we will care about BSNL. So
No, but this 50 gone then, na?
yeah, we have to pay something to get something. We don't have
To
choice.
instantly get it quickly.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
now let me start the Tomcat server. Okay, good. Now see, my server is started. Tomcat server is now started. If I get the public IP, if I get the public IP of the Tomcat server and go here, hit enter. What it says not working. Let me just check. Grave Tomcat. It's not working. It stopped the Tomcat server. Okay. Why it stopped Tomcat server, guys? See, the JRE home is not set up. Java home we did not set up. It started, but it did not continue. It is just stopped it after that. Okay. It did not start it. So what we have to do here also the steps are there. We have to export some Java home variables, right? So for the Java home variables, it will have also given the documentations here. So okay, Java versions it will be definitely there. Uh, Lots of things I have to do. My Java Java home here. I should do that yum things that CentOS is easy. Okay, no worries.
CentOS. Okay.
Follow all this Java. We have to set up the Java home environment variables, right? So for that, what we have to do just sudo alternatives.
So Ranjit, shall we see this one tomorrow if
Yeah, tomorrow we'll
it's,
do. No, Rija, we are getting late.
it's next class?
Yeah, next class we'll do the setups. Uh,
Uh,
Let me do the setups after this
uh,
class wind up, okay? Because you know how to do these setups all. Because you have to, if you are working on these setups and as you are administrator, if you're working on these DevOps kind of things, you have to do all detailed setups.
we should know also.
So for this, let me see if anything I have given in this. Okay, okay. All these Java things all actually in that Maven and Tomcat also it is given, but the thing is all will be it is related to the Yum package manager. Okay, it is related to the
Yeah, yeah, okay.
okay fine.
Yum package.
Yeah. Anyway, if I have to find it out,
Maybe
let me create this Java home.
explore. Yeah, yeah.
I'll just explore and fix this one.
uh,
After that,
uh,
what is this? Okay, guys, we are getting late, so we'll see tomorrow. Okay.